Hello, everybody. I am here. If you want to give me a message or anything, I am here to chat. I'm also doing a load of the work that I got to get done, trying to book some more picnic table streams in for you and stuff like that. But I am here if you want to say hi. Oh, and quite exciting. I've put the extra long lead on my cable for the camera. So basically, I can go the whole length of the tank now. I can take you down to the pond. We can watch the crabs. Yeah, so that's really cool. It's just a bit longer, a bit cool, you know. I'm actually going to give it a little bit of a cutback right now because it is getting well overgrown, isn't it? That's a bit better. Hey, Stein, thanks for signing in, buddy. I've just given the pond area a little bit of a trim. Um, Bit laggy. Okay, I shall see what I can do about that. Thanks for letting me know. 2 secs. It should start to improve. Let me know if it does. There we go. Let's say, let me know if that starts to speed up. I think I've sorted it out a little bit, but I am still using my internet at the same time, so it's going to be a little bit laggy, I'm afraid. But I thought I'd go for a different view today. Like I said a little bit earlier in the stream, 5 minutes ago, I've put the longer cable on my camera now, so I can go the whole length of the tank. Obviously, this is the far end, the pond. So we're just going to see what the kind of activity is like around the pond. It's very different to the main feeding area. It's much more chilled. There is still ants and stuff all around it. And actually living in the water, there's quite a few different creatures. To be honest, I can't tell you the identities of them all, but there's quite a few different things which live in the pond. You can see there's ants like crawling about and whatnot. But as we know, there's 3 adult vampire crabs and at least 2 young baby vampire crabs which also inhabit this pond. So it's always quite interesting to watch. Wait to see if you see a crab. I'll turn the camera over to the cave in a minute. We'll see if we can see in there. But he's normally hidden right at the back. He's got like tunnels and stuff because vampire crabs love to create tunnels. The waterfall's flowing nicely. You can see it kind of flows out against a big log in the middle there. Creates like a nice slow down pooling effect just behind it. As you see it kind of spinning where the current's been broken. And that's where most of the creatures live and the crabs go to molt. It's also the deepest part. And then it filters through behind, past the other log, into the section at the back where the pumps are. It's quite a easy little pond to make, but also difficult in the way that it's completely naturally built. There's no artificial silicones or anything like that holding things in place. It's just well-placed stones, basically. So what's everyone been up to then? Send me a message, let me know how you are getting on and whatever. How's things, Stein? How's school? Also, if you've got any suggestions of who you want to see on the picnic table, please do just send me a message. Let me know on one of my many social media places, because it's great to get your input as well. That's awful. That's a little bit better. Less reflectiony, we could say. Reflectiony? Reflectiony. That's a word that I'm going to use from now on. Let's say quite a lot of activity around the pond from all the different creatures, but you actually have to wait quite a long time to see the crabs, even though they're the largest thing which inhabits the pond area. I can tell you exactly where they are, but that would be cheating. Hey, yo, Ants UK, how are you? Thanks for signing in. I'm just kind of doing a million things, so I thought I'd put the stream on. Trying to get picnic table dates and stuff sorted out for February and March at the moment. Yeah, that is the pond section, yeah. I plugged in the long wire to the camera so that we can get a full view of the tank now, anywhere we want. It's pretty cool. I'll explain it in a second. So yeah, the water flows in through the waterfall up in the top corner section there, and then it flows down the rocks and hits this big log in the middle, which basically stops the current. Hey, hello, Risaf. So the current gets stopped when it hits this large log in the middle, and then it kind of pulls in this area behind, which is a bit deeper. And that's where most of the smaller creatures live because the tides aren't so strong, the current's not so strong, washing in from the waterfall. Whereas you can see on this left-hand side, I think, well, it's left-hand side of my screen, down just below the waterfall, the water's still quite powerful with current, whereas the other side of the log, the water's nice and calm. As you can see, it's just circling round with the duckweed and stuff. And then it flows on behind the other log in between two rock crevices to into the filter section, basically, and back into the pond. The polybacchus absolutely love it. If you look carefully, there's one up on this top log. I'll see if we can zoom in. There's some just there. There's one on the log and one on the leaf. Yeah, they go up. They actually drink from the pond quite often. They use it as their garbage site as well. They put all their rubbish in there, old cocoons and legs of roaches and all sorts of stuff like that goes into the pond, which is actually good because the crabs eat all of that. Yeah, they seem to really enjoy it. They definitely enjoy the different environments. Hello, Ants Kelly. Thanks for signing in. I don't think we've met before. Well, welcome to the stream. This section is the pond of the multi-species tank. If you've got any questions, just send me a message. I'm just going to move it back to a bit more of the middle of the tank. 2 seconds. See you later, Visa. Thanks for signing in, buddy. As you can see, they're still getting through the roaches that we fed them last night at the picnic table. Oh, what's everyone up to today then? What's everyone been doing? To be honest, I actually quite miss going to school. I'm like 30 now. School's definitely the best time of anyone's life. As much as it sucks, it is awesome. Like when you look back at it, school's definitely the best time. Trust me, when you grow up, you gotta go out and work. That sucks a lot more. Okay, Diakama or Fedoli Noda? That's a really hard choice. I obviously have Diakama. I love Diakama, but I really want a colony of Fedoli Noda as well. But to be honest, I've actually held back on a few things because a lot of other YouTubers have like Fedoli Noda and leaf cutters and things like that. So I tried to like veer off in other directions, you could say. Hey Roger, thanks for signing on, buddy. Hello, Antscapes, and hello, Dave's Ants. Thanks for signing on, both of you. I am here. Sorry, I'm just doing a few things at my desk, planning out the next few picnic tables and things like that. So I am here. How is everyone? How was your new year? Antscapes, I've hardly heard from you. I hope everything's going really well at home with the new little baby. And yeah, I hope it's all going well for you, buddy. I'm sure it is. Otherwise, we'd know. No, we wouldn't know. Oh, I'm sure everything's going fine, but I really hope it is. Give us a message, buddy. It's nice to have you here. And Dave's Ants, it's really nice to have you here as well. You're really active in my Discord server, so I really appreciate that, buddy. Thank you very much. If you're just tuning in, we are on the long extension lead camber, so I can go the whole length of the tank and look at the pond. If the crabs come out, I really hope the crabs come out and we'll get a good look at the pond with the crabs in and just a bit of different activity. I mean, I might put it back there in a minute just for fun. But as you can see, there's a lot of activity with ants at the moment. Ants, ants, ants. Well, they're still eating their roach carcasses that I fed them yesterday. But there's always lots going on with the ants, as we know. And whilst we're here as well, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone for subscribing and supporting this channel. We're at like 415 subscribers now, and that's absolutely mind blowing for me. Like 415 is 415 more than I ever thought I'd have, you know. So really, thank you to everyone who has subscribed, and may it keep going. Hey KB, thanks for joining, buddy. Really nice to have you here as well. I'm just doing a few bits at my desk, so I thought I'd get the camera on. I'm going to show off the pond in a minute, see if we can spot some crabs. But we'll have to leave the camera sat still for quite a while because the crabs are really timid. And if they see you moving about on the outside of the tank, they just won't come out at all. It is really nice having this great community of different ant keepers and YouTubers, and just a great community that joins on all of these streams and chats so much. It's really great. I enjoy it so much. It's going well. What I need to do, right, is get some music. If anyone has, like, if anyone's in a band or plays their own music, plays guitar or something, send me a few of your tracks and I'll put them on in the background because it'll be much better if we could have some music going. I have got some music tracks, mainly jazz, because I like a bit of jazz, and I don't actually have any CDs that I can put on the computer anymore. Um, yeah, so if you want to like get your music heard, send it to me one way or another. Well, exactly like that. And then I'll put it on the stream, and it'll be a great way for more people to hear your music. I'll even link you in the description, give you credit for it, all of the bells and whistles. So yeah, if you're in a band, play an instrument or whatever, send me your music as well. Good afternoon, Mark. Thanks for signing in. I'm guessing it's afternoon where you are because you're saying good afternoon. It's evening over here. Well, it's definitely dark outside where I am. But thanks for signing in, buddy. Oh, Dave's answer. That sounds really exciting, buddy. I hope you keep us updated with that. Let us know how they get on. In fact, let us know from like day one, um, like how they turn up, what state they're in, and just keep us posted on it because that's going to be really interesting. I do like these colleges. And thanks, Mark. That's really kind of you. Like I like to. I like streaming. You know what I mean? I really enjoy this. It's very different to the other sorts of things I do during the day. And to be honest, I really enjoy chatting to you as a community. Like, you're just really nice, interesting people. You've got a lot to say for yourselves, and I'm just enjoying it all round. So, yeah, I'm here again. I'll probably do a couple more streams during the week as well. I thought if I'm at the desk, why not? If I'm upstairs, I like to, I can stream, but I'm not at the computer or I'm not here to answer your messages. Whilst I'm here as well, I'm enjoying it. Thank you, Dave. That's really kind of you, buddy. I mean, yeah. I like to think I'm honest and down to earth. I'm not here to lie to anyone or hide anything. I mean, I always make mistakes. As we know, I make quite a lot of mistakes, but I like to think I get more things right than I do wrong, especially with my years and years of outkeeping behind me. I should have learned from some of my mistakes by now, but that really does mean a lot to me. Thank you very much. If I'm a little bit quiet, please just do let me know. I'm not. I'm not losing my voice. I'm just struggling to talk today. I think I'm just so tired. It's just hard work, you know. Awesome. Thank you, Dave, for doing that. That'll be really great. I'll look forward to it, and I might even do a little review of it. That'd be brilliant. Hey, Dean. Thanks for signing on, buddy. I'm just kind of here chilling. If it starts to lag, I do apologize. I'm just doing like 50 million things on the computer at the same time, but it will come back. So I am keeping my eyes open for the crabs. In fact, I'm going to move over to the pond. If anyone wants me to move back, let me know, but I'm going to move the camera to the pond. Now, with some luck and some patience, we might see a crab or two. Yeah, I'll do that in a second for you, Dean. All right, hold on. Got to open Discord. Yeah, I've seen the baby crabs a few times since they've been out, like that first time. Um, they haven't been out in the last few days that I've seen, but I haven't really been looking for them. To be honest, we might even just see them because they've been out more than the big ones, really. I do like just watching this pond. It's really like tranquil, if that's the right word. I think that's the right word. You should have that link now, Dean, if you want to join in. There we go. You should be in the stream now, Dino, if you want to say hello, buddy.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Mate. Yeah, we can hear you. You all right?
Hello, buddy. Yeah, not bad, mate. Thanks, you.
Yeah, I'm all right. Thank you. Do you want to introduce yourself into the stream just so everyone knows who you are?
Yeah, no problem. My name's Dino. I was the winner of Tom's mentor competition and also one of his admins on Discord. Just getting into Antkeeping myself.
And you're a bit of a legend, I must say.
Well, people would tell you I'm a leg end, but yes.
What are you up to tonight, buddy? Much?
Oh, chilling, mate. Just chilling. I've had a busy day today.
Yeah, I know that.
Yourself?
As always. Yeah, I mean, hectic day. So I got in. I just what's the word for it? I'm trying to sort out some of the dates for the picnic table in the next couple of months, like up to March. So
all right.
Just sending out some emails and stuff like that at the moment.
Very cool. Plenty of people booked in.
Oh yes. Some really exciting people that I'm chatting to as well. We're looking to get Wakushi and Antics on there, separate ones, and hopefully another interview together later on at some point about the convention. So that'd be really cool.
Yeah, brilliant. I think Wakushi would be good on the show, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
I think a lot of people want to get into him for some questions.
Yeah. I have just drafted my email to the Ant store, the European one, because they're quite, they're amazing, to be honest. They're an amazing shop. So we'll see if we get a response from them. But it's not one that I've been in contact with personally myself. So it's not like a lot of the other people that I've interviewed where I know them on a personal basis. So we'll see.
Yeah, well, it'll be nice to get another shop on board, especially for the people in the hobby.
Yeah, well, speaking of shops, at the end of this month on, I think it's a Sunday, the 30th, we have Ants Are Us.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so that'd be really cool. Another ant supplier coming on.
I enjoyed yesterday, mine, Tom. Paul Moore was very, very good.
Yeah,
They're very energetic people, very, very positive people.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't wait to get them on, to be honest. Their website, like I say, I haven't had a chance to use their products, but looking at their products on their website, I've always been impressed with the amount of care that's gone into it. And
I was very impressed.
As we could tell from the way he was talking, he's so passionate about the way he builds it. It's really cool.
I mean, it's all those little things, Tom, that we struggle to get in the hobby. Things such as legs on test tubes, just the small details make such a big difference.
They really do, yeah. I mean, my normal thing is I blue tack together loads of 2Ps. I've just ran out of 2Ps because I've had to make like a stack of 7 to like hold something up. Oh my God, yeah.
I'm very similar, yeah. I've got everything stacked up on bits of cardboard and just anything I can find.
Yeah, anything that does the job, it will do.
Yeah, it will. Hey, man, those Mesobarbarus are very slow.
Yes. Yeah, well, it is still winter as well, don't forget.
I think they're hibernating, mate. I think they've definitely slowed down.
Yeah, they'll definitely be in diapause. Like, they'll slow down to a point. And like I say, in their first year as well, at this point, they're definitely going to be slow. Give it until, like, summer, and I bet you there'll be a huge brood pile by, like, July time.
Yeah, once it warms up a little bit. I mean, I'm not in a hurry. I can be patient if I have to be. I've got plenty of things to distract me.
Yeah, I mean that's the hardest part of ant keeping is being patient. That's why I've got 32 different colonies, so I've always got something to do.
Yeah, well, I can tell you're not very patient though, Tom, by that.
No, well, the thing about me is when I want to do something, I want to do it like 100% there and then, and there isn't
Yeah,
anything on the earth that's going to stop or slow me down.
no, exactly. As you know, that's the right attitude though, Tom.
Yeah, yeah, it's the way to get things done. That's the way I've always
Yeah,
been, and like
exactly.
it's the way I am in work as well. I'm there till the job's done, whether it's past my hours or not. The job's still got to be done, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, mate.
Right, but I
Of
am
course.
crazy like that. I wouldn't recommend anyone ever works past their hours unless they're getting paid good wages for it. Like, I'm crazy.
Yeah, I'll work past the hours, but I'm one of them. You've got to pay me for it.
Yeah, yeah. See, now if the job's there to be done, you know, quite often I'll just work. I'm not too worried about the money. I just want to get the job done. Normally, like I see the importance of the job. Like one of my past roles, I worked quite high up in children's services and things. So to me, if the job wasn't going to get done, there was probably going to be young people going without it at the weekend or something. So
Yeah, of course, yeah.
didn't matter if I was going to get paid or not. I'd make sure that the job was done. That's just the
Yeah,
way I've been.
I mean, that's how it is, especially in care and like child services. If you make
Yeah,
the effort, it goes a long way. But say I've come from factory jobs, factory working, and
yeah.
uh, you get paid very little for very much work, you know?
Yes, yeah. I mean, any job like that is, to be honest, it's just a hard slog, isn't it? Like it's
Yeah, that's
mentally
it.
draining, mentally
Oh, it
draining more than
mentally drains
anything.
you. Exactly, Tom. That's it. And that's why I'll work extra if you pay me because of my own mental state, you know?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, one of the hardest parts of my jobs were sitting down behind a desk for like however many
Oh,
hours a day and doing that.
I
Although
couldn't
I
imagine
can
it.
sit behind a desk, I am doing it right now, but you know what I mean? Like it's different. It does you in eventually, doesn't it?
Oh, it does, mate. It's like sitting inside the same four walls in your house every day.
Yeah,
It's the same
yeah,
as that.
yeah.
I'm
I
an
mean, I
outdoor guy.
found,
Like I like to be
yeah,
outside in nature with animals and the streams and the ponds.
yeah, definitely. I found COVID really difficult with the lockdown. Although we've got a garden and stuff, like it was very difficult just being shut in. I mean, I don't go far, but I go for like a bike ride and a run every day, and I go to the gym every day, and it's just, I have those kind of places that I like to get out to.
Yeah, it's hard when they take away your freedoms, mate, and you've got no
Yeah,
choice. That's
yeah.
that's the issue is you've got no choice over it, you know?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we're all quite happy to sit at home and do nothing, but when we're being told we have to sit at home, it's slightly different, isn't it?
Exactly. And I think we all try to rebel against that a little bit.
Oh yes, yeah. Well, the worst thing is I hate being told I can't do something. If you tell me I can't do something, you can guarantee I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
that's just
exactly
the
the
way.
same. So don't go outside. I'm straight outside. I want to go walking. I want to go hiking.
Yeah, yeah,
I want
that's
to go
it.
and sit by the river, listen to the streams running and the sound of the water.
Yeah, I mean, I used to live on Dartmoor, and I used to go for like miles and miles and miles of walking, and just get completely lost. It was amazing. Like you say, just taking in nature, really.
I mean, I think it's natural, isn't it, Tom? So I think we're meant to be in that environment.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
We're not meant to be locked inside of a house all day and stuck with
No,
artificial heat and
no,
artificial light.
well, no, it's proven the fact that our body needs like vitamin D and stuff, which we get from the sun. So we need to be
Yeah,
outside to some extent.
yeah, I agree. I agree with that. And I can't really go out in my yard because I haven't got a garden. I've just got a yard and it's very
Okay,
small.
yeah. See, I'm lucky. I've got quite a large garden, but it's all like on different levels, and it doesn't work. You can't play out there with the kids very well and stuff. It's slightly annoying, but at least we have got some space.
Well, you're going to need that space if you keep expanding.
Well, yeah, well, that's why we're looking to move. I'm hoping to get like a massive garage because I need half of it to be transformed into a gym and the other half to be transformed into my ant room. which could
Okay,
be
so you're going to have it
interesting.
all brand new, change, set up, everything.
Yeah, well, that's the plan. Because at the moment, believe it or not, my gym is the same room as this tank is in. Like my home gym. I've obviously got the gym I go to, but I've got loads of weights and stuff at home as well. I
Yeah.
take them outside to actually use them, but like literally right next to the tank is like 100 kilogram of weight plates and my dumbbells and stuff like that. So it's sort of a multi-use room, this one.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
the plan is to get
have you
like
got?
a. Go on, sorry.
Sorry, mate. Have you got a large space? Is it a big house? Do you have multiple rooms, or are you literally fighting for space?
Well, we are kind of fighting for space, but that's just because we've got like a lot of stuff. It's a 3 bedroom house, so it's not a bad space. In fact, it's quite large actually, but we do have a lot of stuff. Um, I've got 3 kids, and they take
Okay.
up most of it with their toys and stuff like that.
Just
Um,
trade the kids, Tom.
yeah, if I could, I really would. Like, I love them to bits, but like, what? When I was like 18, I lived in like a shared house sort of thing, and the
Uh-huh.
landlord had the best idea ever. He had his own house where he rented out 2 of the rooms to like guys like me, just turning 18, and we're all sort of, you know, enjoying life, right? He
Yeah.
bought his wife the house next door, and she lived there with like their 3 kids or whatever, and he lived
What? And he
in
lived
our
with
house.
the 18-year-olds.
Yeah, like, but he was like, he was a really sound guy. Like, he was, I don't know, mid 30s or something, and he'd like go to Spain for 6 months of the year, come back and just be like, "Oh, you're right, lads, let's have a beer, let's chill on the sofa and whatever." Then he'd go
Yeah,
and
like
like spend a day with a missus and then come back and, oh, it was brilliant. I think that's like the best scenario, to be honest. If you can have the best of both worlds.
I agree. If you could have the best of both, why not?
Yeah, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I would never get rid of my kids. I love my kids to bits, so I wouldn't change it. You know, I wouldn't actually trade them in for more space for my aunts.
I'm glad
But
you put that
if I
out there,
could
Tom.
have, yeah, sorry, if I could have more space, I definitely would. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Um.
like to build upwards. Like I have a thing about
Yeah.
stacking up vertical.
Yeah. I mean, that's another reason Paul Moore really impressed me. All their vertical designs are very cool, aren't they?
Oh, I was well impressed by that, mate. It's the first time I've seen vertical anything to do with ants. It's
Yeah.
all flat. It's all base level at eye level, and it's if you ask me, it looks like the ants do like to be around heights
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they
Well,
like to
you think they
vary.
dig down, don't they? They dig down, and so yeah.
I think they were really, really well thought out ideas for their formicariums. I think there's a lot of love gone into it.
Yeah, definitely. Very passionate about it, aren't they?
Very, very passionate. I joined the Discord yesterday, and
Yeah.
I did say thanks to them for the stream. It was brilliant. I mean, I think that was one of the longest streams I've watched.
Yes, I
And
think it was one of the longest ones we've done.
yeah, and it never got
I
boring through the whole thing.
no,
It was great. It was perfect till the end.
yeah. I mean, I was ready to end it at our normal sort of 10:15 time, and I said to the stream like, if you got any more questions, but we just kept talking. Like I always say, I'm more than happy to stay there. If the interview's flowing, I'm not going to stop it. You know what I mean? I can sit here all night. I'd rather do that than sleep. But yeah, it was really good. Like you say, it wasn't boring at all. Really interesting stuff. I still actually had some questions that I didn't ask just because I just didn't see the point in asking it. If I'm completely honest, they were like so random, and we were getting actual good information. You know,
Yeah,
yeah. Like one of
I
them was
like how
like,
it's progressed and how it's the servers growing in numbers and there's more people with more questions and it's more active. It's really starting to change. Like
yeah, definitely. I mean, the bigger it grows, like you say, the better questions we're going to get, the better kind of response and um, engagement throughout the community. You know, it's going to get better. That's my plan, anyways.
it can only get better, Tom. The only way is up.
Yeah, that's it. Mm. Oh wow, brilliant. Right, so Ant Antics is going to be on the 26th. You heard it here first.
Finally, he
Of
can tell
January.
his fans that he's going to get an interview.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually really cool. I'm just going to write that down before I forget. That's really exciting, actually. There we go. Haven't seen those crabs yet, have we?
No, I'm watching, but I can't see them. How many
They
babies
are a
did
bit
you have
like,
in the end then?
I don't know, to be honest. I know there's at least two, but like they hide really well. They're really hard, and as you can see, you can stare at the tank for hours and you won't see a single crab.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's hard to tell. I've got at least two babies in there.
Well, that's good because you didn't even think you were going to have any at first, did you?
No, I definitely. Well, no, I didn't think they'd. I thought they'd do all right in the tank, but I wasn't sure because obviously mixing with so many other species and insects, it can be a little bit off-putting if you're looking to breed. But no, they've done really well. Like, it's surprising.
Yeah, Mr. Krabs is the man. I really like Mr. Krabs.
He's a beast, isn't he?
Oh, he's
Absolute
a
beast. And they're
beast.
so fast. They're like lightning when they get scared. They're like literally flash before your eyes and they're gone. I'm just going to have a look in the cage section and see if I can spot him.
Is that his little
I
cave at
found
the back, is it?
one. That's one of the many caves that the crabs come out of. They've got like you see the white rock in the middle, right?
Yeah. Is it to
Yeah,
the right of that in the corner?
yeah. There's the crab, right? So the big yellowy rock in the middle. There's a tunnel just to the right hand side where the crab is that goes down into the pond, like literally right by the log. That's the main tunnel that they use. To the other side of that big yellow rock is where the babies live with what I think is the mother. And then in the big cave section, like actually at pond level, is where Mr. Krabs lives. So that is not Mr. Krabs, that's the other one.
Ah, that's the smaller one, is it?
Yeah, like he's not much smaller now. He's like grown a lot since we last did a comparison of all three. You know, it's not very often you get to see all three, to be honest. But I can still tell the difference. Mister Krabs is an absolute beast.
Yeah. Will they fight for dominance, Tom, when the other male matures?
Seeing that, I'm not sure, right? So I've seen them have one little clash, and I actually like this crab was just casually strolling along. And then Mr. Krabs just appeared out of his cave, grabbed this one by the claw, and dragged him back into the cave really deep. I panicked and I actually lifted up the big stone thing that covers the cave because it's a man made cave, that one. And Mr. Krabs then took that crab even deeper into a tunnel that he has made at the back of the cave. And I lost him this tunnel must go under the main feeding area of the ants. It's that long, it's that long and deep. And I thought that was going to be the end of this one because like he had it tight in his grip. But that was that. Like, see him again, he looks fine, and they're definitely all there. So I don't really know what that was about. Maybe it was a bit of a tussle. Maybe he, like you say, submitted, and that one's got dominance now. Or I don't know, but it was scary.
Maybe Mr. Krabs was calling, "I'm the daddy," and that was it.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, Mr. Krabs could still take this one out easily. His claws are about twice the size of this one's. But I think because now I might be wrong on this, but if like say a stag or whatever becomes like the main stag of the group, I think their antlers grow bigger, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know whether they get like a boost in testosterone or something like that, but their actual appendages seem to grow. You know what I mean? Like the biggest monkey is normally the alpha male,
Yeah, I
but
think there is something to that. I think you're definitely right, especially along the lines of stags and deers and
yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah,
The
you know what I mean?
more mature of the herd definitely does have bigger antlers.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe it's something to do with the way they actually assert the dominance and stuff. I don't know. But we might find that this one has another molt at some point and ends up with even larger antlers, even larger claws than Mr. Krabs, and we'll see what happens, won't we? It's
Uh,
what always amazes me is they never use their claws to actually eat isopods or the ants or anything. They just they're just not bothered by the actual live prey. Although I have heard that they will eat isopods. I've never seen it. Can you see that ant there? Carrying another dead body. I expect he's going to go drop that straight into the pond. I've got a little fight going on between like 4 or 5 beetles. By the looks of it, my beetle population is getting quite large at the moment, so I'm going to take some of them out of this tank and put them into the Mario worm breeding bins. I like to keep that stocked up, and I don't like to have much more than 6 in the tank if I can help it, just to like maintain numbers and space. So I will be back in a second. I'm just answering an email.
Yeah, no worries, buddy. I'm just here, sat in the chat, trying to find Stein.
Yeah, I just said to him he should join.
Yeah, I was going to ask him the same thing because he's been asking me for weeks to join video chat, and I'm a very shy guy like that. I don't like to put myself out there, and I've been with my girlfriend every time, and now I'm not. I thought we'll get Stein in and see if he wants to chat.
Yeah, yeah. I think he's not able to speak. Yeah, he's watching. Yeah, that's better. That'll be really, really great interview with Ant Antics, actually. Really great. And then you can use your thing again. Your announcement. That crab hasn't moved much, has it? Right, so whilst we're here, who fancies watching an Ants Hood video on a slightly smaller screen? We'll do a little watch, see what he's got to say. It seems like quite an interesting video, actually. Let's just hang on. Just gonna do this, press this button.
I think I'm back there now.
Yeah, you are back, buddy. You are back. Hang on.
I don't know what happened, Tom. It just cut off. It just went off. I think I went on to Discord and it changed.
Okay, yeah, it does that sometimes. Right, I'm just going to show off Ants Hood's latest video from yesterday.
Brilliant. My
failures and successes of 2021 should be quite a good video, so I thought, why not watch it, you know? I was actually planning on doing a review on it at some point, but, you know, we'll just watch it here, have a little watch. Right, I'm going to turn that down because it's don't want too loud.
I like his intro, me, Tom. I think his intro is really good. Like,
yeah, I like that. It's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that for a picture. That's stunning. Right. The problem is his intro is always really loud, and then he talks quietly. I've got to turn it back up. Hang on.
And gents, a video brought to you by Ants Hood, and today I'll be talking about my failures and successes of 2021. I meant to do this earlier this week as well, but never got around to it. Then I got distracted by that video with my noders and their freaking barrier around their outworld. What a disaster that was. But anyway, I'll crack on. And to tell you the truth, 2021 wasn't a massively bad anting year for me. I didn't have many failures, but these guys are one of them. These are I'm going to butcher this, Karapachi Solsidosis, or Asian Raider Ants, let's be honest.
He's like me. I can't say any Latin names at all. I'm rubbish at it.
I mean, I'm used to some Latin names from keeping the spiders and arachnids over the years, but I've noticed the Latin names for ants are very different to pronounce.
They're really hard to pronounce. Like, you wait till you got no teeth, then try saying something. It's impossible.
What, like saying 66 sausages sizzling in a saucepan?
66 sausages sizzling in a saucepan. I can do that one. That's not too bad.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Yeah. It honestly, it does actually take effort to like talk. Like you have to actually. It doesn't flow naturally out my mouth anymore.
Yeah, I didn't even realize at first, Tom. I remember the day you told me, and I was like, "What, really?" Oh,
yeah.
I didn't realize you had none.
Yeah, for 2 and a bit years now, I've had none. I mean, I've got false ones that I can wear, but I just find them uncomfortable. I went the whole of the first lockdown without them because I had them taken out like in December, and then we went into lockdown in March or something. And you have to wait 6 months anyways before you can get dentures. So during that period, I had to wait like a year or something anyways, and then it just got like it was my normal not to have them. So I quite often just don't bother anymore.
Right, adds to your charm, Tom.
No, I wouldn't quite say that. Let's watch a little bit more.
Yeah,
I completely butchered. Now, I was a bit disappointed with these because literally I got them, moved them into a new nest, and then boom, the queen died on me, which was really disappointing. I only had the Connolly for maybe a couple of months before the queen died, but I don't think there was a lot I could have done there. Going back, I might have changed some bits and bobs, but a bit of a disappointment. Now, when I first got them, as you can see here, I had a nice little batch of eggs, and I thought, great, the queen's producing eggs. She's obviously good to go. There's a good count of workers. This is going to be awesome. but not to be. The queen died maybe a month or two after I got her, or after this video, which was disappointing. Yes, those brood did develop, but she obviously didn't survive. So it is a shame. It is disappointing. They are beautiful looking ants, and I would probably look at getting them in the future, but they are not high on my list of ants to get. Now, this next failure isn't a complete failure yet because the queens aren't dead, but it's about my yellow crazy ants. Now, I know I've done an update since my introduction to these, but things went south for them quite quickly. So I was just doing my normal filming as I do, and I noticed there was a couple of blobs on the ants, and then I realised that they had mites.
Oh no, that's the worst. That's literally the worst thing. The minute you said couple of blobs, oh no, you got mites.
Is it bad for ant mites?
Yeah, well, not all mites, obviously, but some mites will just like, what do they call them? They're like I forget the word for it. I'm sure someone will post it in the comments at some point, but I can't even read that right now. But yeah, they will suck the blood, and they're parasites. That's the word, parasitic.
Like parasitic. Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll kill off your ants. They'll drive them nuts, and they'll do weird behaviors, and then just eventually die. Basically, it's not good. And they will decimate a whole colony really fast if you don't get it under control. There's only a couple of ways of dealing with it, like lemon. You can get predatory mites, and there's a couple of other ways, but nothing is like 100%.
Yeah, I've had mites with snakes. Very difficult to treat because you've got to be very careful of chemicals around snakes and spiders, especially. I imagine it's the same for ants.
Yeah, definitely is. I don't even let people like my wife use deodorant and perfumes around the ant tanks because I don't want any chemicals around them.
Yeah, I'm the same. All chemicals get used downstairs, sprays and deodorants and stuff. Yeah. Nothing gets used upstairs.
Yeah, that's it. Right, let's watch a little bit more.
No, I didn't think it was too bad of an infestation, and I've seen this lovely lady here. She's absolutely covered in mites. And when I noticed this, I took a little while to just start doing my treatment with them. I let the retailer know straight away that they'd got mites, and they managed to save their colony and catch it in the nick of time, which was great. I, on the other hand, wasn't so lucky. I managed to get some predatory mites off of Amazon, but the shipping was like 2 weeks. In that time, the mites had gone through my colony already, and most of them had mites on them. Now, this did save the colony to a certain point, but it didn't do a great job of it because they decimated most of my numbers, and this is how they are now. So apart from the numbers being absolutely devastated, they've actually got a healthy set of brood, but I did notice that I've got a dead queen, as you can see there. So I went from 4 queens, one died a little while ago, I've now got 2 queens. They have got a pile of brood, but what I also noticed is they've got mites still. This is news to me. I didn't realise this again until filming this bit of clip, which I literally have just done, and I'm very disappointed again because the mites have not been dealt with completely. I've only got a couple of workers left and a queen, 2 queens out of 4. Now, originally I was looking at potentially waiting until some more come on the market and merging them, because you can do that with these guys. But I think my safest bet with these is keep them quarantined completely. I don't think I want to risk it for a biscuit, them getting exposing any of my other ants to these mites, because they're a pain. I mean, it's not a complete write-off because they do have some brood, but these mites are somewhat concerning. I don't know what to do with them yet. I'll have to wait and see. So those 2 species were probably the biggest kick in the balls that I had from last year. And now I did have some other die-offs, such as I was really disappointed to lose my Strongylopsis testaceus parasitic queen. I was disappointed with that. I'd got another one, and she's still alive, but the host queen has now died, so I'm kind of stuck there. Hopefully the testaceus will be able to survive without her, which is a bit disappointing, but it is what it is on that one. But that was another little disappointment that I had. Never mind. But let's talk about one of my big successes, which has been my Solenopsis geminata. As you can see, well, this little picture here with a major there with those little workers around her. They're doing really well, and they're also really popular on my channel as well. I actually never wanted to get these ladies, but I got a bit drunk while camping, as you can see here. And then I decided, you know what, I'll check out what ants are about. Ant Lady had these, and I was like, drunkenly, yeah, I'll get these, and bought them. But to tell you the truth, I'm glad I did, because I really enjoy keeping them. They keep me on my toes. They are really interesting ants, to be honest. They're really voracious for such small ants as well. Yes, they're really easy to keep, but no, they're not for every ant keeper, because you've got to keep on top of their growth rate. And the growth rate is next level phenomenal, for next level crazy. There you go. So, you know, I really enjoy keeping them, but they're just not for everyone. And I keep telling everyone that, but no one believes me. In fact, let's have a look at the nest. And you thought the Outworld was crazy, but check this out. That's not too bad, but this is not a small nest. And for such small ants, it's a huge nest. But look how busy they are in it. They're absolutely crazy. Now, I love them for it because it gives me loads of stuff to talk about. But let's get the macro lens on it, in fact. What am I talking about? Everybody knows I love a macro shot. I do. I just love it. But anyway, you can see they're packed high with brood. And this isn't a shallow nest. It's fairly deep. And there's workers all over the place. I reckon I'm about 3,000 to 4,000 strong. Now, I had them about over 6 months now. And somebody said in my comment in my last video, that's actually quite a slow growth for Solenopsis. And I take that on the chin. Fair play. Because like I said in my introduction to these, yes, they can have temperatures up to 30 degrees. And I was a bit inconsistent, but I thought I'll play it safe, keep them at about 25, 26. My room's about 25 degrees and I'm not heating them. So the growth rate is potentially slower than what you get elsewhere, but it's still been crazy compared to any other ants that I've got. So yes, the slow growth rate might be slow compared to what other birds, the queen, isn't she beautiful, from what other people are used to, but it's a rate that I am comfortable with. So keeping them at 25 degrees, you can clearly see they're doing fine. I don't heat them at all because of the ambient temperature of my ant room at the moment, and they're doing fine. Just make sure they've got plenty of protein and you'll still watch them explode numbers. Now, I absolutely love these ants. I really, really do. But I'm saying that now, but when they all escape and start attacking all my other ants, then I might not love them anymore. But at the moment, I think they're absolutely the bee's knees, and I love them. And how can we forget about the other crazies of my ant cave, my Phodolinoda? Awesome. Now, these girls, I've had them for over a year now, but they have actually exploded in the past year. Well, you can see the playlist. It is awesome. You've all seen the video from Thursday, and this Outworld is absolutely crazy with me trying to apply the barrier. I actually got accused of freaking ant cruelty on that as well, can you believe it? Or ant neglect. If I neglected them, they wouldn't be as big as they are. Come on, guys. Anyway, enough of that negativity. So you can see here that I've got some in the tunnel that I connect the Outworlds with the nests with. This is the bottom nest where most of the queens still chill out. And I have got more queens, and you can shake a stick out. And this is where most of the workers and brood seem to lurk in the top one. And this is what I'm talking about with the bottom one. It is absolutely ram-packed full of queens. Now, you'd expect there to be loads of eggs and stuff like that and brood. That's not the case. Most of the brood is upstairs in the top tier one. Now, going forward with these guys, I mean, the Outworld is absolutely packed. I need a bigger Outworld, and I am in the process of looking at getting a bigger one. I just don't know how big to go. I would love to get that super massive one that my Solenopsis are in, but I just don't have the space for it. So I need to think about what I'm going to do for their maximising the amount of space that I have got left in their Outworld. Now, as you can see from the nest here, they're doing absolutely great. There's still loads of workers. There's some little bits of brood here and there. Well, eggs-wise, should I say, as you've just seen. But brood-wise, there's not a great deal. Now, I'm not sure if they take it upstairs or most of the reproductive queens are upstairs. I generally don't know, but let's have a look upstairs anyway. So if we have a quick look, you can see that there is plenty of brood here, and there's plenty of the smaller workers and majors. Not so many queens, to be honest, but I suspect there is some reproductive queens in here because I think in a little bit later on, you get to see some fresh eggs. So I do think there's a reproductive queen up here somewhere where... God knows, I ain't got a Scooby-Doo, to be honest. But anyway, so what I'm planning for these girls next is to get another tier of a MS 5.5 nest. I forgot the name of it then, the Wakushi MS 5.5 nest, and stick that on top of this one again. So I've got this space because from past experience, they might move out of the Outworld, which they're currently in, because that is just going to be an absolute pain to evacuate, because trying to clean that out is bad enough as it is. Trying to apply barrier, you see my last video, that was horrendous. But anyway, so my noders are doing extremely well. Let's move on to the next one. Now, these ladies are quite surprised that I got as well, not because I ordered them when I was drunk, which is standard, but I'm talking about my Acromyrmex oxyspinosis or my leaf cutter ants. Probably butchered that name as well. Now, believe it or not, these were gifted to me from Ants Davey, so a big thank you to him for a bit of a shout out too. This is when I first got them some 2.5 months ago, and you can see that the fungus is quite small. It's, well, it's supposed to be golf ball size, but if you ask me, it's probably half the size of a golf ball. But I had quite a few workers, and the queen you can see sat on top there, which I haven't really seen much recently at all. And she's obviously alive because my number keep growing, but she's just like chilling in the middle of the fungus. You don't see her that much. But this is how it was then. And to tell you the truth, I always wanted to avoid getting leaf cutters. I always wanted them, but I just didn't think I was good enough to keep them because their climate requirements are quite high. You know, everyone has a disaster with them when they do their own setups. But luckily enough for me, when Ants Davey asked me if I wanted these leaf cut ants, I knew that Wakushi was working on a leaf cutter setup, and then he's let me trial them, and it has made my life a lot easier keeping these. And I would strongly recommend that you do look at Wakushi's setup. It has been tested by a lot of well-known ant keepers, myself, Rob J, Ant Holifer. I know that Antantics has got his ants in them as well, and obviously Sid in Wakushi's also got his in there, and they're all doing really well. Not one of us has failed miserably on it. Even Ant Oliver's, I know his growth hasn't been the same as mine, for example, but I know his is still doing well. So the setup clearly works. So I would recommend getting it. But anyway, I'm not promoting Wakushi. Screw him. Let's talk about ants. So this was it a couple of weeks ago. As you can see, it's upright. It's like a little spearhead, you can call it, but it's doing really well. Now, it is not like this anymore. I don't know if it fell over of its own accord because you can see it's quite narrow here, or I knocked it and didn't realise it, but it has fallen over on its side. But that hasn't stopped these guys because they've just started building on the side up, as you can see now. Now, this was also taken today as well, but as you can clearly see, that it's fallen over. I've moved it into the middle of the setup and see how much bigger it is compared to when I first got it as well. It is absolutely huge because it's quite wide, and now they're building it up, so it's quite high as well. Now, believe it or not, all that yellow stuff I thought was dead fungus. But when I was filming, and in fact, I'll show you it in a second, you can actually see them. There's still fungus there, and they're still tending to it. So I thought that was all dead stuff. I was horribly wrong. So as it pans around, you can actually see, yes, it looks kind of dead, but I just think that rather than being fresh base for the fungus where it's dark, it's just lightened in colour a little bit. But clearly you can see there's an ant just there right in the middle of the screen tending to the fungus, and there is fungus all over it. There's another ant further up just there on the top of your screen there tending to the fungus. So I don't think this is dead fungus garden. I literally think it's just more mature fungus garden over this stuff, which is the fresh stuff. Now, if we look at it, it's dark because they've just chewed it up and mulched it. And you can actually see them processing leaves there now, where they mulch it up and get it darker and darker. Then it turns just like little sludgy stuff. And then they build the fungus garden on it, and then the fungus grows on it. So, you know, that's really cool, to be fair. I really love seeing it. But you can clearly see, because I'm going from a tangent, they're doing really well, really, really well. And I'm really pleased for an ant that I always wanted, but wanted to avoid because they're supposed to be so difficult to keep. And I've got them and they're flourishing. And I'm really, really, really chuffed with myself, to be honest, because they're doing so well. You can clearly see the fungus has come on leaps and bounds. It's doing really well. And there's a twig there. Don't know what that's doing next. I don't think they process the wood, but hey ho. Well, it's their garden, do what the hell they like, can't they? But yeah, and you can see like a little one is tending to the garden just like they were on the older fungus. I literally don't think it's dead fungus, just think it's older fungus, more mature fungus. But anyway, I'm talking rubbish. Either way, these guys are doing really well. I'm really pleased, and I'll stop blabbing on about them. Yay, they're doing good. Well, this isn't really a success. It's not a failure. It's my Carabera Diversa. Now, if you remember from my last end of year review, I really wanted to get these ladies, but they died because of mites. Now, I do apologise for the photos that was taken for Instagram the other day. I don't want to disturb them again because I don't want to disturb them too much in one go. So just bear in mind with the pictures and the orientation of it, and I apologise. When I first got these, I had quite a big die-off, and I was very, very concerned about losing them to the point of where I was looking at putting them into a nest straight away because I don't think they're doing too well in the test tube. But with a bit of hindsight, I think that was just stress from shipping because you can look at this picture here. There is plenty of brood now. So, and because I just did all these pictures for Instagram the other day, I don't want to disturb them because they're doing well finally, and I just want to leave them be for now, feed them when I have to. That's the only disturbing I want to do. And because I've just fed them, I don't want to disturb them again. So at the moment, that's all the pictures I've got for them. But look forward to more videos in the next year. By far, the biggest win of 2021 has got to be the community that I've been privileged to as a content creator. The retailers I get on really well with, such as Rich from Antantics, Sid from Wakushi, Tom from Ants Davey, Tracy not so much. She's gone dark recently, but she's also a great lady that I've spoke to over the past year. But then I've also got other content creators I get on with, such as the Colonialist, who's gone dark as well, but hopefully he'll be back soon. I've got Ants Hollifer that I speak to very regularly. I speak to Ants on the Rock quite a lot as well. Ant Ramblings I speak to.
I got a mention. I'm happy with that. I very rarely get mentioned. Well, no, I do sometimes. But that's always cool. Thank you, Ansel, for that.
I really like his leaf cutters, mate. I'm really taken by those leaf cutters. I think that's a colony I would like myself.
Yeah, they're really cool, aren't they? I'd love a colony at some point when I have more space.
Yeah, I think it's one of those ants that you remember back as a child. When you think of ants, you know the leaf cutter straight away.
Yeah, carrying them in the long trail. Well, what I think of is, you ever watch Bug's Life?
Yeah.
You know, when they're like doing their trail and they're like, oh no, a leaf. We can't find our way. Oh mate. that one bit is basically my kids.
Oh yeah.
Slightest thing is like, oh no. Oh yeah.
I haven't seen that film for a long time, man. Tom, you're taking me back some years there.
I quote random films all the time. Oh, I've got hiccups now.
I mean, let's not forget, we're probably the oldest people in the server.
Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah, quite possibly. No, I do have a couple of older ant keepers. The ant sitter, I believe.
All right,
Without being offensive to him, I think he might be one of our oldest members. But he's full of knowledge for it.
Well, with age comes wisdom, Tom.
Well, that's it. Well, I'm still waiting for my wisdom.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. I'm learning.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's learning. I'm still learning. It's all just a big learning process. That's what life is. If you stop learning, you may as well be dead.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Did we hear anything back from Stein? He did message me, but I don't want to read it because it cut me out the stream last time.
Right, hold on. I'll see what he says. He says, no, he's just gonna watch because he can't talk.
Oh yeah, I forget because he has to be in his bedtime for school, doesn't he?
Yeah, like fair play to him sticking it. I never stuck it as a kid. I wish I did, you know.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely got the right idea. I wish I'd stuck in a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, sorry, I'm just kind of eating ice cream at the same time.
Ooh, what flavour?
Chocolate brownie.
Oh, very nice. Enjoy.
Get the calories. Yeah. It's like about 1,500 calories in this pot of something. So
wow.
That'll do for a pudding, wouldn't it? I am lucky with because of my conditions and everything, I just don't put on weight. Even when I'm trying, like I just eat and eat and eat. So like I have my breakfast has about 1,300 calories in it. You know?
Wow.
Yeah. I do that like 5-6 times a day.
Yeah, but you're always in the gym as well, though, aren't you? So it's just going to gains, isn't it? Really, it's not going to waste.
It is and it isn't. Like a lot of it just gets wasted, to be honest, because of my conditions. With what do they call it? Catabolic, where it burns the muscles away and stuff. So if I stopped eating and stopped training, I'd look like a skeleton within a month.
You'd just disappear.
Yes, I would. In fact, like you'll notice over the course of the streams, my size will fluctuate because of like different training regimes that I'm doing and stuff. I'm actually at the moment, one of the smallest I've been in about 4 or 5 years. and I've got I need to put on a lot of weight in about 2 weeks. Hello, Ants England. Thanks for signing in.
Hello, Ants England. Yeah, did you used to be really buff like Tom?
Before I got all my conditions and stuff, right, I used to spend 3 hours a day on a drum kit, and I never thought I was like strong or muscular or anything. But when I got into college and actually started socializing with people, they were like, "Whoa, you're pretty muscly." I was like, "Oh." But I expect it was just because of playing the drums and stuff like that. I was in heavy metal bands, so it was like full on drumming, you know. And then I don't know, I got my illness and I was a skeleton for like years and years and years until I started training again. Lucky
Yeah,
really.
I thought you were pretty tall before. I remember you telling me you were quite short. I thought you were very tall and
Yeah,
quite wide, like.
I wouldn't say that. I'm about 5'10". I used to be closer to 6 foot, but with all the heavy weights, I'm shrinking. You laugh, it's true.
Is it true?
Yeah. So when I put like 200 kilograms on my back and I run with it, I'm gonna be like half an inch short when I get to the finish.
Compression of the old bones.
Yeah. It's like spine compression. So what they advise is that you like hang from like you do a pull up and just hang for a bit and stuff like that. Kind of let yourself stretch out again. But to be honest, I don't bother doing that very often because of my bad shoulder. It's just one thing after another with me, you know. I say if I stopped training because of the issues of my body, I'd never get to training, would I? I'm probably gonna end the stream in like 5 minutes or so.
No worries, buddy. I have a question for you, Tom, about this ant convention. How's that going to work? What's the idea behind that?
R1 or the Antics one?
Your one, because I think Antics is in Wales, isn't it? So if I could make one of them, it'd probably be yours. But is it open event for everybody, or is it? What is it?
So it's in very early phases of talking at the minute. So what Antics and Wakushi are doing is sort of getting together, showcasing a lot of what they're doing and giving us a great chance to all meet. What I kind of had in my mind was like a little bit bigger. I've been involved in like quite a few conventions and stuff in my past roles, so it's just kind of flowed out naturally. So like I was thinking inviting like some guest speakers, some actual mymecologists or something like that to actually come and give us presentations if we can. I wanted to get in different ant shops and whatnot to showcase their goods. I wanted YouTubers there, possibly with like a laptop to show off their YouTube page to anyone that's not seen it before, that sort of thing. Basically, we were going to go middle of the country as best as we can. We were looking at like London, we were looking at a bit further north, just kind of central to everyone. And then we were just going to sell tickets, see what we can do on selling tickets. As long as that pays for the venue and the insurance and things like that, then like obviously we'd look at how far we can take it with what we can make from selling tickets. It'd basically be a non-profit event. We just want to pump as much money as we can get from ticket sales straight back into it and make it the biggest, bestest event as we can. Because by the looks of it, everyone's really excited and wanting to like come out and have a go at it. Like the Wakushi and Antics one, I think is going to be quite limited numbers, whereas we were looking at like like 500 or so participants on each day. I don't know. Like I don't want to sound like I'm trying to outdo Wakushi and Antics at all. It was just something that we had planned from probably good 6 months to like 9 months ago. We probably started talking about it, but obviously we're all so busy that the way we did it was we each took on a couple of tasks. Like someone was looking at insurance, someone was looking at venues, that sort of thing, and then we were all going to come back together about this. Earlier we were all going to come back together and basically discuss it and see like what conclusions we come to and try and build something out of it. I just thought it would be a great idea. Like, to be honest, if we can get like 20 different conventions going in England, I'm sure they'd still get booked full every time. Oh, the crab's gone. I didn't even notice the crab go. Oh, he's on the move. He's on the move. I can just about see the orange claws. And yes, I am still eating this tub of ice cream, I'm afraid. But I'll try not to talk with my mouth full. The sound's gone. That might have been where I went really quiet, actually. Sorry, I faced the other way when I talked. That was my fault. Shane, you're getting loads of ants at the moment. That's like really exciting. Super exciting, actually. I like it when lots of people get new ants because then I get to hear about their new ants. It's just more fun for me.
It kicked me out again.
Yeah, it does that occasionally. To be honest, because it's a Monday, I haven't been able to like kick everyone else off my internet, so it might be my fault completely.
It's not a problem for me. What camera did you get in the end, Tom?
I wish I could show you it on camera because I can't. It's a thing. It's a web.
It's a thing. Yes, it's a thing.
Yeah, I'm not good with technology or it's a round one and it's got like an inbuilt ring light in it, and yeah, it's pretty good.
It sounds like a very good one.
Yeah, it does the job. It does the job, and the microphone's cracking as well. I just need to get broadband. Once I got broadband sorted, then I'll be not even broadband. I just need some kind of better internet because going off my phone is painful. Like I say, at the moment, because it's not like a normal stream night, the kids are on it, and I think my missus might even be playing Xbox on my Wi-Fi at the moment.
Oh, you stream everything off the phone?
Everything is off my Wi-Fi. Yeah.
That will slow things a little bit.
Yeah, that's it. So normally when we do the picnic table, they have all agreed to turn their internets off and not use it. So that is just straight to the computer. But on a night like tonight, I expect we've got 3 iPads, the Xbox, the computer, my phone's doing stuff. Is there anything else connected? No, that's probably about it. But there's still quite a lot connected just through. I go through like, I don't know, 600-700 gigabytes of data every month. And so does my wife.
Yeah, I think broadband could be a good idea, Tom. Or move the kids and wife into a new house next door.
Yeah. I mean, what we need is a really nice Patreon supporter that's going to buy me a new house. Like that would be top notch. I don't know what perks I could give you for that, but I think we might have to speak privately.
I'll set you up a GoFundMe.
Oh man, no, I don't want to be a charity case. But to be honest, that was something we thought about for the Ant convention. If we were lacking in funds or wanted to push it a bit further and we couldn't get the funds strictly from Ant, from the ticket sales, like a GoFundMe page or something might actually come into it at some point. But we'll see. Like now, Wakushi and Antics are doing one. We might just let them do theirs and then see if we can help them expand it in the future, if you know what I mean. Try and collaborate the two.
Yeah, like bring them together.
Yeah. I mean, where theirs is in Wales, it's a hell of a distance from me, and it's a big distance from most people. So maybe like we were thinking more central just for that, but
it's about 8 hours for me, that, Tom.
Whoa, yeah. It's probably about the same for me because I'd be going on my bike.
Wow.
No, I wouldn't really. I would be catching the train up there, but it would still be a long day, you know.
Yeah. Whereabouts is it you live again, Tom? In the country? Like, is it the southeast?
Very, very bottom. It's technically classed as the southwest, but I'm straight down, basically, straight down the middle, on a tiny little island of Portland in Dorset.
In
no
Dorset.
Problem with saying that, yeah. No problem with saying that online. People can hunt me down if they want, and it'll be a right laugh. Yeah, no, it's nice here. I like Dorset. I used to live in Devon, but the same sort of thing. Really, everyone's a farmer.
Yeah, I can remember you saying you've got a farmer's twang in your voice.
Yeah, we say a lot of tratter and all of that. I miss out a lot of letters. My uncle, you couldn't understand a word he said, but he was a hell of a good farmer.
Yeah, I've never been down that far south. The furthest I've been is London.
Oh wow, yeah, it's a little bit further than London, not much further. Well, I am on the coast, I suppose. I'm as far south as you can go before you get wet. It's nice. Yeah. I prefer lower in the country to up north. I lived in Scotland Forest for a little while, Scotland Forest for a little while, just under Ben Nevis when I did my survival training. That was great fun. That was the most north I've ever been, and it was cold all the time.
Yeah, it's cold in the north.
Yeah, and I remember when like the survival training finished, we came home and I stood in the shower for probably about 2 hours just because it was the first shower I'd had in like 6 months, and like it was the most amazing feeling having hot water run over you again. But best experience of my life, that. Hi, Antimatters. Thanks for signing in. Oh, you live in Devon? Yeah, I did know that actually. Devon's brilliant. I used to live near Oakhampton in a tiny little village of Bellstone. It's right on the edge of Dartmoor. Like you literally had to cross the cattle grid to get to my house. It was pretty intense. You like go for a 5-minute walk and you'd be at like a little private lake, and there was sheep and stuff, and pretty nice out there. This is a warning. I am going to be ending the stream in just a few minutes.
Yeah, no problem. I have to say it's been fun, considering it put me outside of my comfort zone.
Yeah, you've done really well joining us tonight, buddy. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, I felt like it was time.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone heard that, but my wife is now waiting to make a cup of tea because she knew that I'm finished. Like, I say that I'm about to finish the stream. She's instantly at the door with a cup. Like, it's dry. That's women's intuition for you.
Oh, they're good with it. They're
they
good
are,
with
yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's like if you're doing something you're not supposed to, you can guarantee they're behind you.
Yeah. Then that's why you just keep yourself on the correct path.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Nothing worse than a woman's wrath, mate.
Oh mate, I know about that. We don't go there no more. Happy
Nope.
wife, easy life, and all of that.
I agree.
Now, for all of those in the chat, should I leave the tank streaming whilst I go? I can leave the tank just going. It's up to you guys. I can put it back to the ants and whatever. But let's do that now. Hey. Oi. Right. Should I leave it on that? I suppose I could. God, there's quite a few ants out now.
Yeah. This stream catch up.
Yeah, I think in a minute when I go, I'll leave the tank just running, and you guys and girls, ladies, sorry, Ants England, I should say, ladies as well. Yeah, I'll leave it on so that you can carry on chatting and watching and just enjoy it until I turn it off later tonight. Now, I have got slightly a mouthful now. 1 second. Literally just demolished like that massive pot of ice cream. Right. I will leave the tank on. It is 9:45 in English time. At 10:30, that's 45 minutes from now, the red lights come on. At 11 o'clock, which is an hour and 15 minutes from now, the main lights go off. So, if you view this stream after 11 p.m., it will be red light. You might see the millipedes come out. The crabs will most likely be wandering on land. You'll see the beetles doing more stuff. You'll see basically the whole tank will change at nighttime. I haven't streamed it before, anywhere, anytime, ever. I've filmed it a couple of times, but it's really hard to film. But I'm going to leave it. And yeah, so if you want to tune in again after 11 o'clock, you'll see the nighttime activity. And yeah, it's completely different. It changes completely. And like I say, it'll be red light, so you will still be able to see. It'll be interesting to see what the camera does, but you will still be able to see. And look, there's that beetle. He's going to try and get some of that. The ants aren't going to let him, I don't think. Thanks, Ants England. I do my best. People quite often tell me I've got a relaxing voice, and that's one of the reasons they like my channel. Some of my friends would not tell you I've got a relaxing voice. Some might say I've got a very irritating voice. But thank you. Yeah, no, I try and put everyone at ease. I understand that it's not the easiest thing to talk on camera or talk on screen or whatever. It's not easy. It kind of gets easier the more you do it. And when you sort of just get into a conversation, you know, it just starts to flow. But yeah, I completely get it. I've been there with stage fright. I've done some scary stuff. Thanks, Dean. That means a lot. Thank you, Ants England. Yeah, you were a great one to interview. I'm really hoping to have you on again. I was thinking April-ish, maybe before, but I've got quite a long list of people that I've just emailed and I still need to email, and obviously only limited dates. But I want to start, like, after I get loads of the initial interviews done, I want to start doing, like, linking people up. So maybe Ants England, Ants Hood, and Ants on the Rock having just a general chit chat, that sort of thing, you know. And it can just turn into so many fun, interesting conversations that are just, you know, amazing. But right, I am going to go because I quite fancy a cup of tea now. The wife wants to make a cup of tea, so I'm going to let her make me one before I have to make it for her. But as always, for me, Ant fans, see you again soon.